Did you ever wonder when you got your fingernails or when your heart started beating? Well, there are several details to fetal development that many people do not know. Through research, I have found many interesting facts about to increase your knowledge on the development of the fetus. Fetal development is essential for determining your stance on abortion. We will go over the following: the first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. The first trimester is when fertilization, implantation, and the embryonic period begin. The fetus starts as a sperm and egg uniting, becoming a zygote. A zygote has 46 chromosomes, 23 from the mother and 23 from the father. The zygote then goes down into the fallopian tube and implants into the uterus. According to pregnancy.org, a mother's uterus will increase its capacity up to 1,000 times. The baby is nourished in the uterus and also the placenta. The placenta begins to form during the first trimester to nourish the baby during pregnancy. Different organs are also developed, and the neural tube starts to close during the first trimester. As the head is developed, many things like the ear, the eyes, and ears are developed. Movement also begins. The mother cannot detect this movement, but the baby starts to move. Neck, nails, and genitals are also developed during the first trimester. At the end of the first trimester, your baby will be about the size of a plum. The second trimester deals with the formation of the genitals, bones, and fat. Urine formation also forms during the second trimester, and the baby secretes it into the amniotic fluid. Fat accumulation also starts to begin during the second trimester. Fat begins to form under the skin so that when the baby is born, it'll be able to be warm and live after birth. During the second trimester, the sex of the baby can also be determined, and facial expressions are formed. The baby's facial muscles are developed so that the baby can make sucking motions, and it can also suck its thumb during the second trimester. The skeleton also starts to develop, and the baby's uterus, if it's a girl, starts to form during the second trimester. The baby also begins to grow hair and can swallow during this trimester. During the second trimester, hair also starts to form, and the baby has fingerprints and footprints. Also, at 24 weeks, a baby can actually live outside the womb if it has proper medical care. At the end of the second trimester, your baby will be about the size of a banana. During the third trimester, the baby's eyes open, and also it can be able to detect light. The baby also starts to practice breathing in order to be prepared for birth. The baby then starts to decline into the birth canal, head down position. There's also rapid weight gain in the third trimester. In the third trimester is when the baby gains the most weight. The placenta also starts providing antibodies for the baby so that it can be protected against infection up to 6 months after birth. According to Mayo Clinic, at week 28, the baby has a 90% chance of survival outside of the womb. In conclusion, I'd like to inform you about the different types of abortions that are performed through each trimester. During the first trimester, there can be a D&C, a suction and aspiration abortion, or an RV486 abortion. During the second trimester, there can be a D&E, a saline injection, or a prostaglandin abortion. And during the third trimester, you can have a hysterotomy, a saline injection, or a partial birth abortion. I would also like to remind you that from the moment of implantation, fetal development begins. At implantation, the baby starts developing rapidly. I also want to remind you of the ethical considerations of fetal development. In Psalm 139, it states, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in that secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body." As you can see, there are many steps to fetal development, and I think that fetal development is very crucial in determining stance on abortion. I hope you learned a lot about fetal development.